Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to Red, White, and Bills. Took a job early, 7 a.m. today, just so I could do this film breakdown. I'm going to wait for people to come in here. Let me know if you can hear me well. And then once people start rolling in, we'll get the film up and go through it in its entirety and dispel a few narratives. One being Terrell Bernard, one being the offensive line played bad, one being blaming everything on Dorsey, things of that nature. So if you're tuning in, let me know if you can hear me crystal clear. And then we'll get into it in a few minutes. Give people a second to roll in. I came in a few minutes early. So just let me know if you can hear me. Hey, what's up, Film? Let me see if I can say Flim Flams. Thanks for tuning in. The film says Josh Allen is a fraud, more worried about golf and vacationing. We can get into that for sure. Just let me know if you can hear me. I'd really appreciate that. Thanks for tuning in. I haven't seen you around yet, so I really appreciate you. If you could subscribe, like the video, I appreciate that. And I'll be with some Fins creators in the upcoming weeks for our game. So, but yeah, you're not wrong. Josh was trash, absolute garbage. So we'll touch on that for sure. But yeah, let me know if you can hear me. Just wait another minute or two. Oh, okay. Oh, well, you change your name so much, so it's hard to tell. But what's up, Mike? How you doing? Yeah, we're gonna wait. Like I said, I'm a couple minutes early, so we'll wait till around 11:20ish to start breaking it down. It's a lot. There's a lot of interesting plays, interesting moments that we're gonna really get into. So, how many times do you change your name per year? I can never keep up. Oh, awesome. I appreciate that. Glad to see the notifications are coming out. Yeah, I got lucky this week. Had to clean a liquor store today. I got a cleaning company, and they wanted me there before it opened. So, I mean, that was perfect for me because I got a job in the afternoon. I'll do the breakdown here because I got a break, and then go pick up my son from school, go to the gym, go back to the other job. So everything works out good this week. I definitely want to do film each week. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do the whole game, but this, I love the opportunity to do this today. So, like I said, just wait a couple minutes for people to roll in. A lot of people rolled in yesterday. I appreciate you guys from coming in yesterday on my post-game reaction. And then I just want to wait a couple minutes to see if 2 or 3 people come in and we can get a conversation going about the film. If it's just Michael in a couple minutes, then we'll get into it and maybe people will roll in after. But there's a couple things I want everybody to see, especially in the beginning. So just give it a minute. And Mike, if you got people let them know that we're live right now, and then we're gonna break down some film. So to come with any questions, that'd be awesome. Thanks. Set people off on Facebook. All I said was Haley Steinfeld expected Matthew McConaughey to end up with Screech. That's pretty funny. I mean, in my opinion, you either got to be married or single in the NFL. Stay away from the girls or the guys. Whatever you're into, unless you're married or single. I mean, you got to focus. But if you're coming in, like the video, subscribe. We're gonna get started in a minute or two. We saw another person pop in. Maybe wait for another 1 or 2, and we'll get into this film. Let me know where you're from. If I haven't seen you, say what's up. You could be from any fan base. We want everybody here. But yeah, we're really gonna get into this. I can't wait. Looking forward to it. And again, let me know how it sounds. And then it's not that sunny here today, but got some natural light in here. We'll get into it in a minute. My cat's over here bugging everything. Give it another about 30 seconds or so, and then or 20 seconds, and we'll just get it going. And I'm sure people will roll in. It might be hard for me to see comments. Let me get my phone. It's charging, but I can periodically look at my phone and see comments while I'm when I got the screen shared. Oh, Dan Mitchell's live. That's probably why. That's probably why nobody's coming, but that's okay. So let me just pull this. Let me just pull this live chat up. Okay, so I got my phone. My charging port's all messed up, so I just gotta. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna start sharing the screen, and then I'm gonna keep periodically looking at my phone at the comments. So should be able to get everything in here. Just gotta share the screen. Present. Okay, let me know. Let me know if you can see it, and then we'll get started. Like, okay, I'll just wait for your response. I don't know who the other person is in here, but you tell me we're good to go. You can see everything, then we'll get started. I'm going to skip ahead, obviously, to the first play of the game. Don't need to watch the kickoff. Nothing happened. Oh, you're all good. Okay. All right, let's get started, everybody. Any questions in the comments? It's going to play 2 views, and then we're going to break it down. And if you want to go back, tell me to go back. I'll be looking. And like I said, throw any questions or anything you see out there in the chat. Let's get started. First play of the game, pretty simple. Cook in motion, quick pass to Diggs. All around great play. Quick pass, great catch. Offensive line did what they're supposed to do in the quick time that they had to block. Defensive line wasn't a factor. There you go. Great play. Pretty cut and dry. Nothing really to talk about there. That was open a lot, and for the most part, we did that. Same thing here. A little screen to Hardy. Everybody did their job, but the Jets defense is just quick, so they get to everything quick. Look at it from this angle. Again, offensive line did what they needed to do. Quick pass to Hardy. I liked getting Hardy the ball early, and then we kind of shied away from that, but I really enjoyed seeing it early and what could have been happening. And this is where it gets interesting. We talk about the run game. What's up, Canada? Is a third world country. Name change. I don't think I know who you are either yet. So just tell me who your actual name is, and I'll probably remember. Okay, so watch Cook, and then watch the hole that's going to be here. Watch what happens now. I'm going to pause it. Boom. If he goes and cuts left in between Dawkins and Knox, he's going to get a couple extra yards. And then people are probably wondering why you're complaining about a couple extra yards. But in a game like this, especially, any game really, it's a game of yards, a game of inches, especially against the New York Jets. And this matters when it comes near the end. You know what I'm saying? So instead, he was scared of getting hit here, and then he cut too late, and then he gets into a big pile. So let's rewind that. This is why people blame the offensive line for a lot of stuff because it's easy to do that. Oh, the line didn't run block well. This was just bad vision. This is horrible vision for Cook. You got to, when you're a running back, you have to make split-second decisions. If he just, instead of playing with his feet here, just cut right up here and run full speed, you might even knock him over. But you're getting a few extra yards than you did here. And you run right into your line, and then you get hit, and then offensive line gets blamed. Oh, the holes weren't there. Oh, Michael K, you already changed it? Okay. Another run play here, and then it's going to be the same thing. And you may wonder, like, the margin of these decisions is super small, but that's what you have to. That's what makes good vision in a running back. So there's going to be another hole. Big hole. Yeah, there's a guy here. Noted. But you have a chance to either make a miss in a phone booth like Singletary used to, or you're getting a couple extra yards without being touched. Then you run right into the back of McGovern, and then you get tackle for a couple yards. He still got yards, so I'm not complaining about that. But the point of film is to see where you could have been better. So in the film room, they're saying, James, you could have probably had a couple more yards here. You're running a little bit timid, and that's really what it was. And then this is just a horrible throw by Josh. Protection's there, horrible throw. Everything that was needed. Just I don't know where you. That was like 5 yards behind Diggs. Horrible throw. So I think we ran 5 plays that drive, and the offensive line looked great in every single play. For the most part, everything looked pretty decent. Now let's get to the defense. And there's a big narrative on the defense, right? Terrell Bernard didn't play good. He was out of place. First of all, it was his first start in his NFL career. And everybody wants, he's not the answer. Like, he played horrible. Watch the tape. Let's watch the tape. Of course, he made mistakes. But a lot of the things, once you watch the film and you really understand what happened, a lot of Bernard hate is just because it's Bernard. It's not because he played horrible. So let's get into that. This is a perfect angle. So this is the first Breece Hall run. And you're going to see exactly what happens here. The defensive line's doing their job. Both Bernard and Matt Milano blitz. They crash down hard. Then you got Jordan Poyer here. The play, this is by design. They didn't just do this because they wanted to, Milano and Bernard. They hit this gap and this gap specifically because you got one-on-one, 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 and then you're sending Milano and Bernard through the other gaps. Poyer's supposed to be here to meet Breece Hall and hit him in the line of scrimmage or for no gain or for a loss. What happens is Jordan Poyer stutter steps, gets worried about getting burnt, then he does get burnt, and then Breece Hall takes to the outside. And then it's only Micah Hyde because everyone else has crashed down already. Bernard gets people were blaming Bernard for this play. He was out of place. Watch how they react. As soon as it's snapped, they go in. A typical linebacker, when the ball is snapped, you move forward, and if it's a run play, you crash down, but there's still that little slight hesitation because you got to see if it's going to be a play action. They immediately crashed. They immediately crashed down, and that shows to me that it was by design. So when we say we have a bad run defense, I don't necessarily agree. We have bad tackling. We were in position. This was an in-position play. If he just runs straight at him at a B line right here at his hip and washes his hips, he's not going to get burnt. He's going to slow him up, and then maybe someone else makes a play. But what happens is he gets nervous, and then he gets caught up. And then there you go. Breece Hall's off. He didn't have his burst like last year because he tired, but then luckily Micah Hyde was there. So that was the first play. And, to me, that was eye-opening as far as what happened on that. This was one of Rodgers' 4 plays. Immediate pressure. That offensive line had no answers, whether it was Zach Wilson or Aaron Rodgers. I love looking at it from this angle here. Watch what everybody's doing. Defensive line getting pressure. Everybody's covered good. Aaron Rodgers got to throw it away. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And the other narrative that we're going to dispel is that, where was Ed Oliver? Where was Ed Oliver? Ed Oliver got a big contract and didn't do anything. We're going to talk about Ed Oliver. I know it's hard to see perfectly from this angle. And there's another good pressure. Thought it was ticky-tack call on Bernard there, but hey, they called it, so what are you going to do? Good pass rush. Daquan and Oliver kind of bumped into each other, but they got pressure from the edge, which was good. They got pressure on Rodgers. Here's where he gets injured. Obviously, we know there was great pressure there. They tried those stupid little cut blocks with their old left tackle. It didn't work. And there you go, Leonard Floyd for a sec as a Buffalo Bill. Congratulations. This is awesome. This is awesome because he kind of felt like this was coming because he did it before, And then Rodgers, the reason you do cut blocks is because you're supposed to make an immediate pass. Rodgers didn't. So that's not really on Brown that Rodgers got injured. It's on Rodgers because he was scared to throw the ball. But great heads up play by Floyd there. Oliver getting a double team, gets knocked over by Jones, but Floyd picks it up. And here comes Zach Wilson. Great defensive play. We were getting pressure all night. We did a pretty good job. Tried a little stunt there with Oliver, but it was a quick pass, so it takes that away. Defense was there to pick it up. Nice. Had a little bit of time there, but scattered to the ball. Bernard comes from the other side of the field to help clean up. They had a little bit of time there. Not too bad. And they punted. Now, the next offensive drive. Let's get into it. Like I said, any questions, pop them in the chat. If you see anything that you thought was interesting, you let me know. And if you're just tuning in, we're going to break down this entire film from start to finish. We got 6.5 minutes in. There's an hour and 7 minutes total. And like and subscribe. Appreciate it. This is a false start. Yep. The false start on Dawson Knox. And yeah, that's the other thing. 1st and 10, and you make a stupid penalty like that, self-inflicting damage. I'm tired of that. And of course, we did it in overtime as well. Yeah, it's just a false start, so we'll skip that. Decent run by Cook there. But again, wait till you see this. If this is the play that I remember, there's going to be another eye-opening play. Offensive line did a great job here. Look at this. If Cook turns up here, he could possibly get at least to the 30. He was scared of Quinnen Williams here, even though McGovern had him. He had enough time. He had enough time to cut in. He got worried and maybe thought he could get more on the outside. But the quickest way is just straight ahead. Like, cut up. He's not even looking over there. You got to have the vision, man. So that's another play where James Cook could have had more yards. And then the offensive line gets told they're not good at run blocking. And this is a 3 runs now in the first 2 drives where the offensive line had the holes there and he chose not to do anything with it. He could have definitely made that. I'm going to rewind that again. Keep an eye on it. And you got to make a split decision. It's all blocked off here. Cut up. You're fast. You're faster than Quinnen Williams. You're faster than whoever this is, Mosley. Cut up here. Show your speed. This is why we wanted you. Who knows what happens? This guy's so far away from you. You get past these 2, you stutter step and go up in the corner. Who knows what happens? But man, you had a chance to get a few more yards. And Sean, why are you getting butthurt over a couple yards? Because like I said, in a game like this, yards matter a ton. And again, screenplay, offensive line does what they do. And this is just a decent screenplay. We're not the best at them, but I like to get Hardy involved, try to get him in space. But against a team like this where they're just fast all over the place and swarm to the ball, it's tough kind of to, get him that space that he needs to get huge gains. But Gilliam stepped up, and then everyone's just over here. So well defended play, but not a bad play call. Not a bad play call at all. This was the first bad play by an offensive lineman. Spencer Brown gets beat. I'm not surprised, but Josh steps up and makes a play. You got Huff in a wide 9. He beats him. Josh feels the pressure. Morris had Quinnen Williams one-on-one pretty good. Left the gap for him. But, again, this was one of the top 5 defensive lines. Some people even say it's the best. And our offensive line was one of the worst last year. So, as of right now, they've been winning the day, in my opinion. But Spencer Brown gets beat here by a basic pass rush. Good gain. Good game by Josh. Driving down the field. Play calling looks pretty good to me so far. Check it down. Beautiful. Few yards. This is exactly what needed to be done. And we're going to dispel that Dorsey had bad play calling narrative. Because for the most part, minus a couple plays, which everybody's entitled to a couple bad plays, it was mainly Josh's poor decisions that cost us the game, not Dorsey's play calling. Good run here by Cook. The first good run where he had good vision. This was pretty easy, though. How do you not see that? And that's what I mean. He had the one-on-one, and he burned him. So why wouldn't you do that 3 plays in a row at the other opportunity you had? Well covered. Dump it off. Get it to your playmakers. I don't see anything bad with the offensive line. Do you? No, I don't. Everybody's doing what they're supposed to do. Josh getting the ball out. Kincaid, love that block. Knox, good finish. Beautiful pass, beautiful protection, beautiful catch. Now we're cooking. Now we're cruising. Protection's there. Gets a chance for Diggs to get open. Beautiful play. Solid play. We're moving. This was more on Josh. Torrance and Brown both get blown up here. They both lose a rep. But Josh should have rolled out here because you could feel the inside pressure first. He should have rolled out instead of pump faking, and then he was too late. He caught himself up. They both got beat, but people always, Josh has bad pocket management because he tries to roll out too soon. This is when you should have rolled out because you felt the pressure here. Then you tried pump faking, knowing that Brown was getting pushed back, and then they got pushed back right into you. One more time. Josh should have rolled out. They both lost the rep. Pump fake 3 times. Like, what are you doing? You picked the wrong time to try to be a pocket passer. So, bad rep for Torrance, and Torrance who had an amazing day. Rough rep for both Brown and Torrance, but Brown is to be expected. Little screen pass to Knox. Again, it's kind of hard for offensive line to screw up a screen pass, so that's another win, another good rep for them. And Brown still managed to get beat a little bit, but didn't matter because it was a designed quick pass. All right, here we go. Good amount of time. Finds Harris for a good play there. We should have went for it the next play, but we decided to kick a field goal. But that's okay. Brown gets beat here across his chest. But overall, the offensive line held up. Josh had time. Finds Harris. So for being fair, the first 2 series, the offensive line as a unit has been pretty solid against what some argue is the best defensive line in the NFL. I think they're 3, 4 maybe, but from what they were last year, and they got 2 new pieces, so the continuity's not there yet. They've been doing pretty solid. So we make the field goal. Good for Tyler Bass. Hey, what's up, Color? Thanks for tuning in, my friend. Got a little break today, so I decided to do some film. But hope everything's good with Color. Go check out the Fins Tailgate. They do awesome work over there. I'm always watching, always listening. Yeah, they're a great group of guys over there. Great sense of the screen pass here. Blows it up quick. Everybody did their job here. Put it forward. Tim Settle busting it open. Nice. Everybody was covered. Couldn't do the screen pass. Here we go. I think this is a false start. Yep. False start on Laken Tomlinson. Fast forward because you don't need to see it. Here we go. Here we go. And then Dalvin Cook just gets flattened by Matt Milano. I would hate to get in Matt Milano's way. I'm just going to tell you right now. Ford Settle do a good job in the middle. Nice wrap up for Hyde. And with the cleanup for Matt Milano. Great defensive play. Defense did phenomenal Monday. Bernard came in on a blitz. Somehow Lazard was wide open. And then let's dissect that. Why was Lazard wide open? So you could say it was a miscue between Benford and Poyer, but Benford passes Lazard off in the zone coverage. Bernard's on the blitz. Milano's covering Bernard's zone. Then you got Teron Johnson on whoever's that guy right there, probably Garrett Wilson. Bernard passes him off and then sticks in his zone, more than likely covering someone if they came over here. Poyer keeps backpedaling instead of sensing this is the guy that's coming into my zone. Then he backpedals too far, and then he's wide open. So let me get to the comments quick. Did they clean his ears out so they could hear the whistle? Probably. I think they had to this time just to make sure. But so you see Benford coming off on a blitz. Milano dips back into coverage. That was a great block by the running back, slows him up. And then could be miscue between these two. We won't know because we didn't know what was talked about during the huddle. But nonetheless, he shouldn't have been that wide open. And this was a play, didn't get many yards, but it should have been no gain. So let's get into why. Defensive line, again, people that talk bad about Ed Oliver, they see guys like Aaron Donald and Chris Jones and think it's all about sacks. This is Ed Oliver's job. You take the double team. You got one-on-one with Phillips, one-on-one with Milano, one-on-one with Lawson, one-on-one with Epinesa. Watch what happens. Epinesa he has control. He sheds the block. You got to make this tackle. This is a tackle for a loss. You have to make it. Arm tackle, couple yard gain. These matter in close games. And everyone's probably like, oh, well, that's kind of nitpicky, but you have to be nitpicky. If you want perfection, you have to be nitpicky. This was great by the defensive line. Epinesa did a great job shutting off the block, but he slowed him down, but you got to make that. You got to wrap up. You're a strong guy. You got to make that tackle. It's very important in games like this. This was a great play. And Matt Milano made a great play here, but let's see why he made that play for the people that say bad things about Ed Oliver. Watch Ed Oliver here. You think he's getting blocked. He's watching the play. He knows that Milano and Bernard are crashing down because it's a toss. So he's keeping this guy from coming off of his block. And then Milano's able to dip in past the center and make a tackle for loss for 5 yards. It's not just about sacks and tackles. This was a defensive tackle's job here. Let's watch it one more time. If Ed Oliver gets pushed off into the gap, Matt Milano doesn't get to the tackle. He's keeping his eyes in the backfield, keeping control with the guy, whoever that, I think is Laken Tomlinson, and then Milano beats the center because that's easy, and then he comes in, boom, 5 yard tackle for loss. So, again, a lot of people shit on Ed Oliver for some reason because he doesn't get 15 sacks in a season, but he does more than just get tackles and sacks. It's a schematic position. It's not meant to be a 15 sack position. There's some people like Quinnen Williams and Aaron Donald who changed the game changers. Ed Oliver's a great defensive tackle. He's not going to be a 15 sack guy ever. So let's just get that out of our heads now and stop putting too high expectations on a one statistic. And you could argue like, oh yeah, he just got blocked, but that's not what happened. Defensive line, especially tackles, control line. You got to control the line of scrimmage even on defense. Don't get blown off the ball. If he gets blown off the ball, Matt Milano's not making this tackle. He does everything he's supposed to do while he's keeping his eyes in the backfield. Just wanted to make that clear. We'll continue on now. And this is a great play. This is a great stunt. My man, I love Jordan Phillips. I love when he gets sacks. He's hilarious. And this was a great play. Watch Leonard Floyd and watch Jordan Phillips here. Stutter step. Floyd crashes in. Phillips gets out on the outside. Great shoestring tackle. This is a great stunt. And it's all mastermind by Floyd. He's in a wide 9 technique. He acts like he's going to pass rush to Brown's outside. So he backs up. Then he cuts in quickly. Phillips is stutter stepping Laken Tomlinson, and he's going to take on both because he's the help side. Then Phillips dips around. Fooled him. Sack. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful defense. Defense was outstanding, as I mentioned a million times. None of this was on the defense. But we'll talk. There is some plays where they messed up, but we're going to talk about it. But overall, you can't blame the defense for this game. Okay. I believe this is our touchdown drive. And really watch this drive. So this will be considered a sack, but it's not. This is not a sack. This was a design run the whole way. Also, we got lucky that it was blown dead as a forward progress. But they were listed as 5 sacks. This one was not a sack. This will be changed. This was a design run play. This was an absolutely designed run play, and this doesn't count as a sack. This was a horrible play call. This was very stupid. This is not a sack. If this is one of the ones that count as a sack, we'll keep a lookout. We'll count that as 2 for now just because I don't know how they called it, but this was a dumb play. You didn't fake anybody with any of that. Like that was really stupid. So we'll move on. Very stupid play there. James on his left. That's all you got to do. And if you're watching from a different fan base, this is what you should expect from the Jets defense as well. And I mean, maybe the Dolphins are different because you got more speed. Maybe you can burn people with Tyreek and Waddle, but you're going to have to earn every single yard, and you might have to settle with 12, 15 play drives and getting points and earning every single yard. Offensive line holds up well here. You got Quinnen Williams, the All-Pro, third best defensive tackle in the NFL, one-on-one with Connor McGovern, brand new addition. One-on-one, he holds him back. Great protection all around. From an offensive line who had question marks. I expect them to be better, but for week 1 against one of the best D lines, I was very pleased. And I hate hearing that the narrative, the offensive line didn't protect Josh. They were fine. Josh made poor decisions on his own accord. So let's get into it more. Sick of hearing that. Plenty of time. This is the interception. Okay, so do me a favor. Look at Dawson Knox at the 50. Look at Josh. Look at all this green. Look at this guy that Josh can more than likely juke out and make him look like a fool. So let's continue. Look at Dawson Knox still. Look at Josh Allen. Look at the safety who backpedals and sees that he's going to look deep for Diggs when Hardy when he's one-on-one here, and he drops back. Josh Allen either could have got a first down because the first down marker's right here, or took the chance on third down, threw it to the sideline to Dawson Knox. Okay? Let's watch. He just gunslings it. Not even close. Not even close. Now, when you watch it from this angle, you can also see that his eyes weren't even looking at Dawson Knox. He predetermined to throw to Diggs this play, which I don't know why you did that, because you weren't reading what happened. You should see Dawson Knox coming across right here and watching this guy, if that's the safety. I can't tell. Nope, he comes in. I think that's a corner. And right here, you should be looking at Dawson Knox, and instead, you just fling it like a moron. That was horrible. This wasn't the offensive line's fault. This wasn't the play caller's fault. This is your fault. So I'm sick of people blaming. I'm sick of people blaming the coaching and the play calling when this was your decision. Fortunately, they didn't face Tua last season. Are you talking about the Jets? Because I don't think Tua played either game, did he? But that will be interesting to see this year. I'm looking forward to that, to be honest with you. I think you're talking about Tua. I mean, for you guys, Dolphins and Jets. Right here, he's not even looking in Dawson Knox's direction. He's looking past him at Hardy. And you're watching the corner crash into you, and you should be looking at him anyway, because if the corner doesn't come at you, you got the first down. But he came at you. So then you got Knox one-on-one with C.J. Mosley, who's got 4 yards of separation on, and you're not looking at him still. You're looking past him. Look at here. If he looks at Knox, you're making this play. Josh Allen's making that throw here. But instead, we throw a turnover. Like, this is unreal. Mosley wasn't even looking. You could have threw it as close to the sideline as you wanted and gave Knox a chance. Because if not, then you're punting the ball and they're not getting points off of turnovers. People could say, oh, he got tackled at the 3. It's basically like a punt. That's annoying. That's stupid. And now this is another big run by Breece Hall, but let's watch what happens from the other angle. You can watch it from here, of course, but it's more telling on the other side. Oh, my. Man, you're old, Poe. I like how Wilson was celebrating here and Benford was able to get in and make the tackle, so that was pretty cool. Allen lost the game. All the casuals blaming everyone but him. Absolutely. We don't blame I think it might have been someone on the Fins tailgate caller. You have to correct me. Mentioned how, I think it was Lewis, mentioned how you blame the coaches when Tua does bad, and then when Tua does good, you want to make excuses why it wasn't Tua. So when Allen does great, we don't thank the coaches, we thank Allen. So why would we do the opposite when Allen plays horrible? Because from what we've seen, we're 17 minutes in. I didn't see one bad play call. I saw a bad decision. So here we go. We're going to watch Ed Oliver break a double team. Phenomenal. Did his job. Then you're going to watch Bernard and Milano both crash in. And then you're going to watch Trey White miss a tackle because he's soft. Let's watch. Breaks through the double team. They both crash because they were supposed to run up the middle. But he sees it's all plugged up and guarded correctly. Then you got Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer back there. So if Trey White, and this tight end doesn't even pay any mind to Trey White. He looks at him and then just goes over here looking for the linebacker. Trey White needs to make this tackle. Do we have a bad run defensive scheme or is it poor tackling? Let's see. You tell me. And then Jordan Poyer. What? Oh, my God. Oh, man. So let's go back. Trey White, what are you doing? Like, what is that? My 3-year-old can make the same effort as what Trey White just did there. Stop being scared to tackle. You need corners that are going to tackle in this defense, and we don't have that. Defensive line did their job. Again, this was by design. So let's stop saying that Bernard and Milano were out of place. This is what was supposed to happen. This is what the play call was. This was on the corners and the 2 safeties to make sure nobody gets past whatever their zones were. Then you got Taylor Rapp over here. I believe that was Taylor Rapp. Trey White needs to make this tackle, especially because he didn't even get touched. Right here, go right at him. Boom. And guess what? If you go right at him right here and he has to bump outside, then Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer can crash down him and clean up. This should have been a tackle for a loss or no gain. Instead, it was 83-yard run. Like, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Poyer looked like Deshaun Elliott against Eckler on that play. Exactly. Like, I don't know why these guys are so scared to try to make a tackle. Like, Poyer, you were already going to get beat regardless with what you were backpedaling. You got to make a decision. Then we play great defense inside the 15. So let's go. I just like this other angle better when you're watching plays. Okay, D-line gets through. Taylor Rapp misses a tackle, but then at least Benford or Bernard, I'm always going to say both, whatever, but Bernard and Trey White actually picked this up. And still, like, he only made effort because he was already going to the ground, but nonetheless, fine. Couple yard gain, gang tackling. You got a gang tackle. Phillips and Jones. Milano, nice read. Should have been. He missed a tackle, but it was a good read. Should have been a tackle for no gain again. So interesting that people say we have a bad run defense, but is it the bad run defense or is it the tackling? That's that one narrative. Obviously, tackling is passing and defensive, statistic, but scheme-wise, the defense isn't the issue, especially in this game. Shaq Lawson got some pressure there. Matt Milano cleans it up. Great play. Great play. We'll see Shaq Lawson. Yeah, you could argue that was a hold, but that would be, kind of ticky-tack. But still got the pressure. Milano was able to get in there. Well covered in the secondary. Nice play. And they get a field goal. We're now 20 minutes in. God, Wilson is bad. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Color. Oh yeah. You could tell by the way they make play calls in this game. So we're 20 minutes in. All I've seen was our quarterback have plenty of time against the exceptional front with our offensive line who's got two new pieces on it, who had a lot of question marks. Right tackle, still a question mark. He didn't get a pass. He'd been horrible. But as a unit, they're doing it enough and doing what they're supposed to do and winning reps to give us a chance to win this game. Kick the field goal, kick the ball off. Here we go. This is a touchdown drive. Let's go. And also, I haven't seen a bad play called game. This is Dawkins. The point of this play, you're pulling the center and the guard in order to get a chance to go upfield a little bit. Dawkins has to reach down to Quinnen Williams and block him out of the play to give us a chance at succeeding here, and he fails. And then it's tackle for a loss. That was a great rep from an all-pro who's going to make that kind of play. And a bad rep for Dawkins, who's a Pro Bowler who could be a great offensive tackle in the league. He was lazy and slow here. Doesn't it add never... Dorsey isn't and never was the problem. I agree. Dawkins, just horrible technique here. Great play by Quinnen Williams. Still, even with this, our offensive line has been doing pretty solid. I don't mind the play call there. That's not the play call's fault. You got time. Nice play by Diggs. Diggs got... I love seeing Diggs cook sauce all day. That was great. Arm tackling, doesn't get Diggs down. Great time in the pocket. Great read. And as good as Diggs was, Sauce had great coverage for the most part all night. And that means you had to have perfect, precise throws and great catches. Hey, what's up? Hey, Adams, you're finally tuned in. Love you, man. I appreciate you tuning in. Hope all is well. My buddy Ryan Adams in the chat, old Army friend. He's going to drill sergeant school soon. He still owes us a window in the booth at Hard Rock. Yeah, he's got enough money for it now. He's better pay for it. Yeah, great play there. Awesome. 20 minutes in, the play calling has been absolutely great, except for the one poor decision by Josh Allen. And we saw where he messed up and what he could have done. This was great. You had a lot of time in the pocket. You had enough time. And it should have been an interception here. This is the kind of play where you got to make a quick choice, and he chose to almost get James Cook killed or throw a pick. Watch, I believe this is Sherfield coming across here. You got to make this decision in a split second. Right here. You got to make this choice right now. Are you throwing it to James Cook? Because Mosley's already coming down. This guy's not close. So Sherfield may take a hit here, but it wouldn't be nearly as hard of a hit as if James Cook took this hit. And then he chose to go for James Cook, and it didn't work out. But Sherfield was going to be covered, but he had an opportunity to fit it in about where the E is because he was crashing down. See? He was looking at James Cook the whole way. He didn't look here. Even Diggs was open. Luckily, it wasn't picked off. Offensive line did their job. Tell me when I'm wrong. Before we get into that, let's look at the comment. Idiots are blaming Dorsey for this 2-15 run play in overtime when Allen had all but said he changed the play due to too high shell. I'm really glad you brought that up because I was wondering. I watched 45 minutes of the film yesterday night before I fell asleep, but I was wondering if he audibled out of that because I couldn't remember. So that's another narrative to dispel that people might not bring up. So tell me this isn't enough time to make a play. Just let me know. Against a great defensive line. One-on-one with Quinnen Williams. That was about 3 seconds. One more time. Great job, offensive line. Brown got pushed back a little bit, but it was still enough time. So as much as he probably lost that rep there, Josh Allen had more than enough time to make that read. 1, 2, 3, 4. More than enough time. So let's stop. Let's stop with the offensive line played horrible. Let's play with it needs more protection. We need to fix right tackle, but as a unit, stop. Please stop. Nice play by Kincaid. I was impressed with Kincaid. Sure hands like as advertised, and he had a lot of hard runs. Most of his plays didn't have, opportunity to get, space, but he made the most of his catches. And, people want to talk bad about Kincaid. Yeah, he didn't have Kelsey numbers, but he did what he needed to do today or Monday. Both Brown and Torrance got manhandled that play. We'll go back. I don't think Torrance got manhandled, but we'll go back. No, that's fine. That's not manhandled. He held him back pretty good. Brown more so, yes, but regardless, he had enough time. Is Kincaid going to get more time than Knox this year? Not sure. He might get more opportunity to make plays than Knox, but they might probably be similar on the field because they're going to run a lot of double tight end sets and 12 personnel. So, if you got Kincaid in fantasy, that's probably a good, as a backup or something, that's probably fine. But I think they're both going to be good red zone threats later on. It was just a hard game they should have been involved more, but that was really more on Josh. This is a great run here by Cook. Not even close. Knox can block and catch. Great lead block by Gilliam. Decent blocking. Nice run. Another good play by the offensive line. James Cook, good vision there. We're driving down the field. Tell me when you see a problem with the play calls. 22 minutes in. Please tell me. That was just more of a quick decision play. He made the wrong choice. Because you either got to go quick and cut in, but it's really hard to come outside because they're fast. But Morris came here for a reason, and he helped, and then he kind of just, It was just a so-so play. Kind of on Morris, kind of on Cook. But McGovern did pretty solid there. Sean, not the calls. It is execution. Absolutely, Michael. I'm just trying to hammer the point home of the narratives that we're dispelling today in the film study. And one of them that I've seen, I want everyone to have their own opinion. That's what content's all about. And voice your opinion. I watch a lot of shows after my analysis and everything like that. I didn't watch any film studies yet because I want to make mine purely my opinion. But listen to their post game shows, and those narratives where offensive line was poor, play calling was horrible. It's all half on Dorsey, half on Josh. So we're just dispelling those here. Look at all that time. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about here? 22 minutes in. So far, again, I watched 45 minutes of it, and what I've seen is a quarterback with time. We're on 22 minutes. Play action, too. This was what was in question. Why were the two receivers here? What I think happened was Diggs was supposed to be the clear out, and then Gabe Davis was supposed to cut the route shorter, but he didn't. And then luckily he got the edge on Sauce, and there you go. We're driving down the field. They're all members of the Josh and Alan Bone Stroker Club. Like I said, plenty of time. Look at this. Plenty of time. Beautiful. Who's making this pass? Like, look where this pass was. Gotta give him the credit when he deserves it. So let's see this pass. Great pass. They had no margin for error on that pass. And Gabe caught the ball. But where was Gabe Davis the rest of the game? 2 catches. I was told last year it was because of his ankle injury. He didn't get separation. He wasn't the factor. So why weren't you a factor today, Gabe Davis? Or Monday. I keep saying today. Here we go. I like to dig screens. It doesn't work out all the time, but not bad. I don't mind the play call there. We're in the red zone trying to make something happen. Get your best players the ball. Plain and simple. If you're the Dolphins, get Tyreek Hill the ball. If you're the Bills, get Diggs the ball. Plain and simple. Nice run. Get a few yards. How many targets? I don't remember. I know he had 2 catches, though. He had at least 3 targets because he had that 1 interception that was a target on Gabe Davis. So he had at least 3 targets. But let's see. Decent run up the middle. And I believe the next play after this is going to be a touchdown pass, which was amazing. Yep. There was a good little gap to begin with, and then it kind of closed up a little bit. But Torrance and Morris did a good job here on Quentin Jefferson. This was just a halfback dive. Double team, linebacker one-on-one. A couple yards, not bad. The interception went to Davis, in my personal opinion. Wasn't on Davis. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. It wasn't on Davis, but Davis didn't help it at all. So this is one of the things that not many people, if anyone besides Josh, can do. And you gotta give him the credit for that. He makes things happen as well. Leads the league in turnovers for his first 5 years, but also has the most touchdowns in 5 years. Beat the great Dan Marino's record. This was great. Torrance got beat a little bit, but it didn't matter. It didn't matter here because Josh rolled out. So touchdown. Everything's looking pretty good. 25 minutes in. No complaints about the offensive line. No complaints about the defense minus that stupid play that we uncovered what happened, and easily fixable. It's not a scheme issue. It's a tackling issue. Play action. Zach had a little bit of time. Dumped off there. That's why corners don't like to tackle. But he stood up and he held him back. He got destroyed, but if he didn't make this play here, he's getting more yards. Boom. And then Bernard comes in and then cleans it up. So corners don't like to tackle, but at least Teron Johnson put his body on the line to stop the guy. He did. He got no more yards after he took that hit. That's why you got to do something. You got to make a play. Well, man, he's going to be sore today, or probably still sore. See, and the Porter does a nice hit there. But what happened before? This was a good covered play by the Jets. Becton's able to get 2 guys here, tripping one of them up. For a modest gain. I believe this is an interception. Yep. And as much as I love Milano, I hate you for costing us yards that we could have used. But well worth it to taunt Zach Wilson. He laid a good stick on you, but you get him back later. I mean, you got to love it. But you can't cost your team yards in a close game. So took something great and made it good by tainting it a little bit. See, look at this. So remember those plays where Bernard and Milano immediately crashed in. Now watch this. Watch Milano and Bernard here. They go in, backpedal. I mean, I could have probably picked that off, but, at least he did it. Tremaine Edmonds drops those. So, yeah, let's keep moving on. Kincaid. See, Kincaid didn't get a lot of targets. He didn't get a lot of yards, but he had 20 out of his 26 yards after the catch. Turned a 2-yard pass into a 9-yard gain, running over 2 defenders. Got to give him that. Quick design pass. Nice. Kid's going to be a good player. Let's keep moving. Great run here. Holding call got called back. I was going to be really pissed off. When I first saw that, I was like, are you serious, man? So great blocking. 1-on-1. Make something happen. There you go. Good job by Dawkins to go to the second level, get the linebacker. Good vision there, Cook. He's been a lot better after those first 3 carries. Great catch. I believe that's Diggs. Yep. Diggs is always fantastic. And another narrative we can dispel is that Josh and Diggs hate each other. If that wasn't already dispelled already. Because you saw it near the end of the game. Diggs went to Josh and said, hey, man, you could do this. I don't know the exact words he said, but he went to him on the bench. Josh was sulking, and he said, you're our leader, in my words. You're my leader. You're our leader. You can do this. You can drive the field and get us to overtime or win the game. Great coverage, great pass, great catch. We're moving. And this is a 3rd down play. We get a field goal. Good coverage. I mean, good protection. Good catch by Kincaid. And then you kick it. I hate getting turnovers in our own territory and only getting 3 points. But 28 minutes in, have you seen horrible play calling? Nope. I saw a great game plan. I'm going to get the first down here. That's what it was. Okay. I'm a little ahead. So get the first down here. We do only get a field goal here. I wasn't still on Team Diggs. Diggs was more mad at the coaching and how the team ended. It's not the quarterback. Because we're all mad at the coaching, and it's obvious. This was more. This was one of the sacks they counted, which I think is a sack. But let's watch. Let's see if we can see it from this angle. If anybody was open quick. Yeah, like throw the ball. Don't know who this is. I can't see it yet. Throw the ball here. Throw the ball here. See, he was like, Josh mentions his choices in the, I got to be better with the ball. I got to, learn how to take a sack sometimes in the red zone, not throw the ball away. Not here. You could have made a play. Don't be scared. This was the wrong time. I mean, let's look at it again. It was a sack, but who was it on? 1, 2 seconds, and you had all you need. You had a short slant route. That's all you need to make a decision. You got Gabe Davis here and Diggs there. They're both open. They're both running short slants. It would have been a tight throw, but you could have got it because you got that arm talent. So that's 3 sacks, but again, one of them was a design run, in my opinion. So we're going to say 2 for now. We don't know who Diggs had the issue with. That's never been made public. Yeah, good point. Could be Josh, but I don't know. And then here, this would have been, if you got it a little bit higher, it would have been a touchdown. So bad ball placement on this one. Good way to step up. Brown, good job pushing Huff outside because that's where he wanted to go. If your guy's going outside, let him go there. Push him out. Push him out. There you go. Good play. If you put it a little bit higher, it wasn't. So he's bragging like he did something. The dude hit you in the face. You didn't even look. But get a little bit higher. That's a touchdown. And this was that stupid. You're 5 yards away from the first down. I'm going to try to jump 3 defenders for no reason. Moronic plays. Moronic plays. And then you kick a field goal. So 30 minutes in, because that wasn't the play design. That's why I say it was moronic. It was a choice. 30 minutes in, offensive line looks pretty good. Play calling was pretty good. And minus Josh's bad decision on that interception, it's been good. I got a bounce. Thanks, Sean. Of course, Mike. Thanks for tuning in. And everybody else, I appreciate you tuning in. Also, we got about 30 minutes left of the film time, but it's going to take a little bit longer than 30 minutes. So I think this was after the half. So it's 13-3 at half, I think. Yep. So this is a half. Great play. And guess who's in it? Ed Oliver. Oh, he made one play at the end of the game and started to get hyped up. This is a halftime. And this is the beginning of the third quarter, first play. Double team on Daquan Jones. Ed Oliver reading the backfield as a D tackle should. Ed Oliver, Daquan Jones. Double teamed, one-on-one. Reading the backfield. He makes the lead blocker push out. So he has force to so Hall's forced to take the ball in. Watch what Ed Oliver does. Got the block, pushes him out. Breece Hall cuts in, wraps him up. Great tackle, great play. Great all-around play, Ed Oliver, who gets all the hate. Don't know why. Don't know why. Ooh. Man. The pressure. Look who's in the pressure. 2 plays in a row. Ed Oliver. More than Ed Oliver, but look who's involved. Floyd Oliver. Great. Ed Oliver didn't do anything until the last play in the last drive. Everybody was in on that. It was good covered. Everybody was in on the pressure. That defensive line, and that was one of my pregame questions. Can the defensive line do anything without Von Miller? And they did pretty decent. Again, I didn't think too highly of the Jets' offensive line in the first place, but they did stuff without Von Miller. Christian Benford, good tackle, good coverage, but got off the ball kind of slow. You got to see it better from this angle here. Christian Benford. He let him get inside on him. Good coverage, but didn't want that play to be made. Good coverage, though. Good play, Garrett Wilson. Screen pass. Nice hit, Poyer. Dalvin Cook got hit hard all day. I thought he was going to contemplate retirement after this game. He got hit hard a lot. I think he was a little bit timid to lower his shoulder with his shoulder injury. That's just my opinion. Ugh. This is a terrible angle by Milano here. all they could do really was screen passes and run the ball because they didn't want to put the game in Zach Wilson's hands. So they gave low error percentage throws and plays for him, and Matt Milano just took a horrible angle to it. If Matt Milano was in the right position, see, he goes outside, and he should have sat back just a little bit. Because if he sits back a little bit, Vera Tucker's got to make a choice. But he tries to crash down hard and beat him to it, which, give him the A for effort. But, secondary got lazy. And it was a good play. Decent run by Cook. See what happens. Yep, that was great vision because Milano meets the block and he goes inside in a really, really small space. You got Jordan Phillips taking the double team here. Trey White on the outside. Benford reacts, gets blocked down by a guard, which, again, understandable. And I believe this is Laken Tomlinson, the left guard, who pulled. And Milano tries to jam him in, but then because Benford got blocked down, that gave Cook an opportunity. And then, of course, Trey White with those weak tackling. Good play by Epinesa. He made up for that one he missed. Got a tackle for a loss. Engaged, got control. Teron Johnson crashing down hard, made it good for Rousseau, not for Rousseau, for Epinesa here. Nice. Not bad. Decent run there. Nice play, Bernard. This is what you love to see from a middle linebacker. Sees the running back, eyes in the backfield, makes a great beeline to his hip. We don't talk about these kind of plays, though. We just want to put blame on a guy who had his first career start, who led the team in tackles. He wasn't tackling people 12 yards down the field like Tremaine Edmonds did. He was making plays. So let's, give the kid a chance before you write him off after one game. Rousseau, great play, forced a fumble. Unfortunately, he got out of bounds. Breece Hall got comfortable. Great play. See, and again, you can see the ends do it too. This is why people have to, and I'm not talking bad about people, but people have to understand defensive line and what their job is. Watch Rousseau. Watch his eyes. Look what he's doing. Fully extending on Dwayne Brown, watching the backfield. Watching where Breece Hall goes. Controlling the line of scrimmage. Sheds the block. Forces a fumble. Gets the tackle for loss. That's what D linemen do. It's not just, you have to get 20 sacks and force fumbles and all this. Like it's very detailed. Oh, man, this should have been a freaking 50-yard sack. Oh, my God. But, again, the Bills D-line making the Jets offensive line look like a JV squad, which I expected. 40-year-old Dwayne Brown, Mekhi Becton, who I love, who hasn't played in 2.5 years, Connor McGovern, who's trash, Laken Tomlinson, who's old and trash, and then Vera Tucker, who could be an All-Pro. Rousseau comes in. Floyd comes in. And Oliver comes in. Oh, another play at Oliver's in on. I wonder why people thought he didn't do anything. Pretty sure a pressure is something, but could be wrong. Could be wrong. And they go for a field goal. So 30 seconds in, 36 minutes and 45 seconds in, guys. What do we think that what have you seen so far? Let me know in the comments what you've seen in the game so far and how you feel about everything. And just give me 1 second. Just gotta send a message out. Gotta send a message out. So let me know in the comments what you thought about it so far. How do you think our offensive line's been? How do you think Bernard's been? How do you think our defense has been? The scheme, the play calling for offense, all of these narratives. How has that Oliver been from my analysis? Let's talk about it. If you're coming in, like, share, subscribe to the video. Really appreciate it. Love all the support. I'm trying to reach 500 subs by the end of the season. Always aiming for more, but that's just the minimum I want to hit. Let's keep it going. I can't do it without you, and I love your engagement. So let's continue. I believe this is a turnover drive or a field goal. Let's see what happens here. I believe this was Dawkins. Dawkins should have held on to Jermaine Johnson a little bit more before he went up to the second level. He kind of went too quick up to the linebacker because McGovern did enough to neutralize Quentin Williams. If Dawkins holds this block a little bit longer, just to give Cook a chance, then go up to Quincy Williams, then it might not be a tackle for loss. But great play by a great defensive line. And again, still, I believe our offensive line has won this day. Oh, God, he almost got killed here. All I got was flashbacks to his UCL getting injured. Plenty of time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 seconds on that pass. Made the play, too. If you can block for 5 seconds, then there's no complaints. One-on-one, Torrance and Quentin Williams. Didn't see that often. But Torrance, as advertised, and as we all thought, did great his first game under the lights in a big-time spot. And this is Knox or Kincaid. Kincaid. Great play in space. Good play in space. Yeah, DJ Reed, nice try, but nobody wants to tackle that guy. That's for sure. 85 Bears wouldn't have done that. Wouldn't have been soft. Nice play. Good play by James Cook. Showed his speed. Nice burst there. Got us a first down. Scary, but got us a first down. This could be the Diggs pick. Nope. So far, everything looks good offensively. They're doing what they need to do. Doing what they need to do. Not bad, not bad. 40 minutes in. Good play. Great play. Great play. We're getting close to where I ended last night before I went to sleep. Another great pass in a tight coverage. Sauce gave that reception up. Yeah, see, this is a sack. This is considered a sack, but it wasn't. It wasn't the offensive line's fault. On the stat sheet, it's going to say sack. But was this the O-line's fault? Can you tell me? Yeah, I mean, tell me that. Tell me that was the O-line's fault, please. Give the Jets defense credit for Josh slipping. Yeah, please tell me that was a great pass rush there. Yep. Yeah, that's definitely the offensive line's fault. You got to understand sometimes. You can't just look at the stat sheet. And like I said, so far that's 4 that I would assume that they would call sacks. One of them he slipped, so I don't really think that was the offensive line's fault. And the other one was a designed run, which will probably be changed probably in a day or two if they thought it was a design run, but it looked like a design run to me. Here we go. The Diggs pick. And up until this point, we're driving down the field, doing exactly what the game plan is needed to be done. The Bills offense is doing a great job. Let's see what happens. Let's see how much time he has. 1, 2, 3, 4 to make a choice. And then you don't watch the safety. The Jets don't do anything that's exceptionally confusing. They run a basic front, and they don't do anything confusing in the secondary. So let's watch. Let's see if you guys can see it. Right here. Josh should see, Whitehead's dropping back into coverage and too high. He's already back there. Diggs is one-on-one for now. Why? What else would he be backpedaling? Still, before he even throws it, look. Look. He's already committing. He's committing. Sherfield's right here. Cook is right here. You're not even looking at anyone else but Diggs. This is the second pick. So he's doing everything correctly. And then when it comes to a situation like this, people blame Ken Dorsey. Did Ken Dorsey say, Josh, make sure you throw a pick in a double coverage when you got two underneath, one hot route and an underneath route open? And even this guy is open. What are we talking about here? This is aggravating. You're year 6, and you can read defenses. They're not doing anything like Bill Belichick. They're basic as can be. They trust their talent and speed. They don't do anything confusing. They're basic. Let's see who's open. Let's see who he's looking at. He's just looking downfield. He's not looking at anyone else. He should know your hot route is there. Right here. Watch what the safety does. The safety starts crashing back. This guy's open in a tough pass. Easy pass. Tough pass. But this is just a dumb decision in general. Come on. You could fit it over this. You could fit it here. You could fit that tight here. Or throw the ball out of bounds. Throw it at this guy in his direction, but throw it out of bounds. And people, this is what I'm saying is, as great as the Jets defense is, Josh gave them these turnovers on a silver platter. If he just did what he was doing for every other drive that he didn't turn the ball over, even the drives he did, because we drove down the field. We're almost in field goal range right now. Throw it to Cook right here. That's it. It's not going to be open. Nothing's open. It hasn't developed quite yet. You could say over here, this guy, you can make that choice now. You're not even looking at him. You're looking at Diggs the whole time. And you're not looking at the safety. This is basic. Second pick. This is why you need to look. He analyzes defenses every other game, but when you play the Jets, he gets scared. And they don't do anything disguised, hardly, if at all. I haven't seen anything that is confusing. I've never played professional football. Played football. Never played professional football. Never was in NFL. But we could see it. Why is Cook here? Let's just start with that. Why is James Cook standing right here? In the event that none of these routes are open, you can throw it here and get a couple yards, maybe more. That's why he's there. Why is there underneath routes in front of the deep route and in front of the out route? To give you another look. That's from the middle of the field. That's always open because the linebackers aren't that great in coverage. You can make this play. You can lead him this way, make this play. Could the linebacker jump a million miles in the air and make a play? Maybe. Hey, Matt Chatter, listening. What you feeling? Anyone open? What are you finding? Yes. So I don't know if you can see it, but let's go back a little bit. There's things open, but Josh isn't looking. So if you can see it here, I don't know if you're. You said you're listening, so I don't know if you can see it, but I'm going to talk about the play anyway. So we're at the 40. We hike the ball. Josh has loads of time. You got Kincaid, Diggs, and running deeper routes. You got Sherfield, and I believe that's Gabe Davis. And then you got James Cook as a hot route. James Cook, he's going to run to back to the 40 and sit. Sherfield is running a slant by the 30. Whoever's on the outside here, I can't see the number, runs another slant at the 35. Diggs runs deep up the seam, and Kincaid runs out by the 20. Josh should be looking at the safety Whitehead instead, and his other routes, of course, and he's looking at only Diggs. So the guy running the slant, it would be a tough play, but Cook is there at the 40 with 5 yards of separation from the next guy, and that's a quick, easy throw. Sherfield developed while Diggs is still 15 yards away from where Josh threw it. So if he's looking and reading the progressions, he would have saw immediately. I don't know if you can see it here. Allen's winding up already to throw it to Diggs while the safety's charging back and making a double coverage. Sherfield will be open. This play right here by the 35 is tough but open. And then James Cook is definitely open as a hot route. And he decides to sling it when he had 3 seconds and a half to throw the ball. Trouble seeing what is pressure like here. Okay, let's go back and let's count. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. That's all the time you need. He didn't look at anyone else. Look at James Cook just sit there. Look at Sherfield. He's open. But Josh already didn't want to look at his other reads. He predetermined to throw it to Diggs. Interception. Oh, sorry. Keith, I don't remember what down it is, and it doesn't say here. But didn't matter. Thanks, Keith, Matt Chatter, Owen for tuning in. I know we're 40 minutes in now, but there's a lot to discuss still. 40 minutes in, we've seen great play calling and poor decisions by Josh Allen. We've seen great defense and great offensive line play. So, poor decision here. You had plenty of time to make a read. Like, he does not want the easy stuff. Does Diggs pressure him to focus on him? I don't believe so at all. I think, like you said, he's not patient enough because 40 minutes in, the dinking and diming and the runs once in a while and the screen passes and the short routes been perfect. That's the exact game plan you need for an aggressive, great defense like this. You just got to be patient. And Keith, if you're watching, every other fan of a team, if you're watching, you have to do this. And no, Matt Chatter, and most of these plays that he's made the bad decisions on, he predetermined and focused on one player and didn't read his progressions. And that last pick, you know where your hot route is. James Cook sat at the line of scrimmage. So if you don't have anything open, throw the ball. And he just went deep. Cost us the game. So I don't want to hear. So for everyone just tuning in now, The film is dispelling narratives. You might have to go back, but later on. But we're dispelling the offensive line's fault narrative. We're dispelling the Dorsey's fault narrative. We're dispelling the Bernard played horrible narrative, and we're dispelling the doesn't have good run defense narrative. It's not usual for Allen, though, Sean. Yep, absolutely. For some reason, against the Jets in a basic defense, he feels like it's Bill Belichick writing up the best defense in the world. So now we're back on defense after the interception. And all they could do is run screen passes with Zach Wilson because they were afraid. It's the Jets defense that causes Josh Allen to do this kind of thing. That's the thing. They do cause Allen to do it, but Keith, nothing they do is out of the ordinary. Nothing's scary. Nothing's confusing. It's just normal. Like, it's respectful. But that's kudos to them because they're so talented that they can be basic and be good. That's the thing, though. They're not like Bill Belichick and draws up insanely hard coverages and disguises and zone on one side, man on the other side. It's just simple 4-man front, put 7 in the back, and they all stay in their normal position. They don't do anything special. Good play by Trey White here, one of the few he made. I don't think the Jets defense had anything to do with the first 2 picks. Nope. Not at all. It was Josh, poor decision. Maybe he felt like he needed to rush. Yeah. The film shows he had a lot of time. That's why watch the film. That's why I'm doing this. And Matt Chatter and Sarah's not here right now. But I used to love doing film, and then, nobody really came around last year, but you guys were interested in film. So I was happy to hear that, and I wanted to bring it back because it tells a story. When I was doing film when I played, you always hated it because you saw where you could have done better. You saw where you got embarrassed. You saw some good things, but you saw I could have been better here. I could have did this. And again, if you guys go back in the beginning and watch the whole thing from the start, because we're doing every single play, you're just going to see a lot of interesting stuff. But continue here watching with me, and then we're going to finish the rest of it. We're 41 minutes in out of 1 hour 7 minutes of film. So let's see what happens here. Oh, and the Ed Oliver doesn't do anything narrative. We're dispelling that too. We've already hit quite a few points on that and Ed Oliver. So again, after this is over, you guys I encourage you to go back and watch. And again, formulate your own opinions. And if you see something in the film that I may not notice, please mention it in the comment. And then I want everyone I don't want everyone just to agree with me. Formulate your own opinions, but I'm going to give you exactly my analysis of every play. That what I see. Good coverage, good pass rush, bad throw. Matt Chatter says it's all Josh's fault, but what caused it? We would have been better just handing it off. Yeah, and that's why we're dispelling the narratives because James Cook, I'm just giving you a little hint of what to look for when you go back. There's 3 plays in his first 3 runs where he lacked poor vision when the holes were there. That wasn't the offensive line's fault. That was James Cook's fault. It's just there's a lot that the offensive line did great, and then Josh just made poor decisions, and the play calling was good. Everyone's hating on Dorsey, but the play calling was good plan to win the game. This was a holding on Becton, good pass rush, and good cleanup tackles. Everybody was in where they were supposed to be. Floyd had a pretty good day. That would have been a sack if he wasn't holding them. Good cleanup, Bernard. Good tackles, Hyde, Milano. Punting the ball. Skip the punts. Don't really need to see them until the end. And then we got back to Hardy, which was interesting. I liked getting Hardy involved. So let's see. Good fake. Get them all going one way. Got lead blockers. Knox kind of failed his block here, which could have got more yards. And as I mentioned earlier, which you guys may not have heard, I may be nitpicking over a couple yards by the running backs or a block here and there. But in a game like this, a game of inches and yards, everything is important. So good. If Dawson Knox drives DJ Reed back Spencer Brown's going to get this D back easily. That's what he's great at, blocking DBs. So if he keeps going with him instead of letting up, Spencer Brown takes care of this. And then you can bounce outside and get maybe 5-10 more yards. But Dawson Knox lets up on the block. So, yeah. The week 1 preseason game for star QBs, Mike Hope. These weeks ones are preseason games for QBs. Yeah, and you hate to see that because you had so much time to prepare. Look at all that time. Like what are we talking about? The offensive line was horrible. All that time. Let's look at it again. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, and he rolled out. It was covered. No, the secondary did a great job. Nobody was separating. Where was Gabe Davis? Where was Sherfield? We thought Gabe Davis had a healthy ankle. What happened? Where was he? More than enough time. Oh, you had Knox there. You had Knox there. Got to make the play. Can't be questioning. Look, right here. Look. Nope. Doesn't look. Like, you had that play. Come on. Tell me what you guys can tell me what you see and tell me if I'm wrong. But if you watch, he beat Mosley, and you should be looking right here. Nobody's here. Nobody's there. Nobody's there. Too late. Didn't make the read. Didn't make the choice. He should have stepped up on that play. Exactly. So when people blame the offensive, whatever you think this is the first best pass rush or the fifth or the second, this offensive line was one of the worst last year. And I knew that they would make improvement, but against a 1 through 5 best pass rush in the league, 44 minutes in, they've won the day. One of those sacks that they've registered was Josh Allen slipping in the pocket. It wasn't the offensive line's fault. The other one was a designed run play. So far I listed as 4 what sacks would be what they would have called, and one of them was a run play, and one of them was Josh's fault. So let's not take away credit from the O-line, who went against one of the best fronts in the NFL when they were horrible last year, the Bills' offensive line. Spencer Brown still did bad. I mean, let's not pretend. He still did pretty bad. But as a unit, they did pretty well. So then it's just a pass to James Cook on 3rd down. And, yeah, he might not have got the 1st down, but he was scared to take contact here, and I don't like that. The Jets had to start blitzing. They didn't blitz against us last year because they were easily getting through the offensive line. 45 minutes in, they couldn't get home, and they had to start blitzing with Mosley and maybe another linebacker on certain plays, but they had to blitz Mosley here. Nothing happened. He might not have got that 1st down anyway, but in a close game on the line, put your body out there. That's why you play the game. Like, come on. Look how close you are. Look how close you are. Do something. Jump. Jump. Lower your shoulder. Not like second guessing. I like Cook for screens, but would like to see Ty brought up maybe. Yeah, they got options. They got a lot of options they could do. I like to see more Harris, in my opinion. We didn't see much Harris. I'd like to see a little bit more of him. Okay, back to the defense. Great. That was great. So typically on this kind of play, when the corner safety crashes in on the quarterback rushing outside, they would just dump it off to this guy, but then it was well covered when he went in, and then pass broken up by Benford. Okay, Benford. Cook isn't built to lower his shoulder though, Sean. Absolutely, Keith, but if you're the running back one, you gotta do something. I don't care that you're not as built as another running back. If you're out there, you got to make a play. You got to try. Like, it's just effort. I played football when I was in high school. I had this one kid at one of my schools that I went to when I was playing. He was 5'4" and 105 pounds, playing varsity football, and he hit harder than anybody on that field. Anybody. Wasn't afraid of one person. And I don't want any excuses for James Cook. You're a professional. Don't want any of that. Another missed tackle. So the narrative, I attributed the loss to Josh Allen hangover. Yeah, he might have been. He should. It seemed like he was drunk playing, but so the narrative that we have a bad run defense. In my opinion, it's bad tackling, which is also as far as passing goes. The scheme and the placement of the run defense isn't bad. Stuffed it up. Whoever's here, Milano, the linebacker, should have been right here to meet Brees Hall. Trey White on a beeline, stutter steps, gets scared. Ugh. You're not going to take someone down like that. And he gets an extra 5 yards. That's the issue. It's not it's not that we weren't in the right spot. Poor instinct by Milano here. Scheme was right. Trey White, if Trey White takes this angle at him full speed, he might force to go in and Milano's there to clean it up. But then he stutter steps and lets him go outside. Misses a tackle. I think Josh was on acid. Yeah, he seemed like it. So you see what I'm saying there? Like, that should have been a tackle for no gain. And what was it? A 10-yard gain. Look, if Trey White goes directly at his hip, like you're taught, Milano's right here that possibly picked that up when he comes back inside. But then he stutter steps and waits. Big issue. And then there's the lead blocker that shouldn't have been a factor. Every yard counts, ladies and gentlemen. Every yard counts. Great pressure. Ooh. Great sack. Punishing hit by Milano. Great pressure all around the defense. I mean, man, Rousseau was all over the place, but he had like 3 sacks that he missed because he couldn't wrap up. Boom. Oh. Woo. Woo. I think they're going to have to peel him off the floor. You can hate me and ban me, but I would have grabbed the one guy he is comfortable with passing down. Grab Beasley. You know what? Here, Matt Chatter, everybody is entitled to their opinions. I care about everybody's opinion, and I'll never judge somebody for an opinion. I'm just going to tell you mine. So, if you think I'd love to have Cole Beasley. I don't know where they would find a place for him, but they seem to be fine with who they got. But always say your opinion. You're never going to be judged here. I'm never going to try to force someone to think the same opinion as me. I'm just going to give you my facts and my opinion, and then let you make your own based off of what we did for the analysis here. But yeah, always say what you feel, man. That's what this is all about. And now we go back to what was working, the short dump offs or the quick screens or the quick passes. Plenty of time. So 47 minutes. And I know most of you weren't here from the beginning, but from what I've seen, the offensive line has won the battle against the Jets defensive line, and Josh made poor decisions. That's the big takeaway right now. I don't want to hear, and please, I encourage you to go back after we're done here and watch it all over again, and then put in the comments, absolutely right, or you were wrong because of this. It's got to be talked about because so many people just like to. I love Josh. He's amazing. He can lead us to the promised land, but some people see him above criticism. Oh, it's the O-line's fault. Oh, it's the play calling's fault. I haven't seen bad play calling. I've seen bad decisions. So let's go back. Let's watch this next play. Decent run. I honestly think that week 1 is the preseason. Good teams go in and see where they need to improve. Could be to a point. I still like them Josh not to throw horrible interceptions, but there's a lot of truth. There could be a lot of truth to that. Big holes here, man. Big holes. Big gaps. Big gaps. Yeah, the Bills O-line did horrible. They were getting owned all day. Okay. Film tells all. That's all you got to do is watch. And again, here, we got to see where the line of scrimmage is. The 25. Let's see. So that would be considered a sack. But let's see whose fault it was. Let's see if Josh could have did something. That was by design, but let's see if anyone was open quick. Oh, look. Your best player is right here. You're not even looking. You're not reading anything. Is it the offensive line or was it Josh? Diggs didn't even move. Watch this again and then blame the offensive line for me. This was by design. Quinnen Williams is going to come across the chest when they got guys, one blitzing from the outside and everyone else coming off the edge. You got a guy blitzing, so Dawkins is going to have to make a choice here because Dawkins is going to have two people because he's coming across McGovern's chest. So if Morris doesn't see that right away, that lies the issue. However, look, nobody's ready yet, but then Diggs is ready. Diggs is wide open, just looking at you. And what do you look? Let me know if he looks at Diggs. Nope. This was on Josh. This was not on the offensive line. Sure, McGovern got beat, but Josh had a play open. He just didn't make any reads. And you could watch it again over and over again. Yeah, I don't know why he doesn't take he takes the easy stuff to a point as we've seen in this game, but then he just shies away from it. So watch. There's two Dawkins, you're taught inside outside when you're blocking offensive line. Morse should have had to make a choice here. I would have looked towards Quinnen Williams, but nobody is in front of him or to the inside or outside shade of him. So he's looking to help somebody. Dawkins has two people on the outside that he's got to make a choice on. And then Quinnen Williams is coming across McGovern's chest. So here we go. He goes inside first, grabs the shoulder pad. Dawkins is like, okay, who's coming first? And he comes inside out, does the right thing here. McGovern is trying to block him out, but then he rips across. Nice stunt there. But Diggs was open. Josh just didn't look. You know the ball's got to come out quick on certain plays. Watch it again. Got to make a choice here. McGovern kind of gets fooled. And then more like he was passing him off. And then Jermaine Johnson comes around across his chest. Not Quinnen Williams. And if you remember, in my pregame, and when I watched the film from the last Jets game that we lost, they ran two stunts the entire game, but they had to do more of that stuff now because the offensive line was doing a hell of a lot better. Great play on the defense, but this wasn't the offensive line's fault. Watch it again. Watch him. Let me know if he looks at his progressions. Brown was the worst in my opinion, but he wasn't all bad. I mean, like, right. The most basic pass rush moves, man. Watch Brown here. Just, oh my gosh. It didn't matter, but that's too easy. Oh, Lucas, what's up, buddy? Center looked low-key lost on that play, though. Yeah, that's the thing. And that's why they did that, because he's got nobody even in a 5-yard vicinity of him. Nobody's blitzing. The DNs are right here in a wide 9 technique. And then you got the both D tackle. These are D tackles splitting the tackle and the guard. This was a very well drawn up defensive play, but Josh didn't even make a read here. So Mitch Morse is looking to help somebody, and he's like, I don't know what to do because everybody's so far away. And if he commits to one side, somebody might blitz in. So he's doing what he's supposed to do, but they put him in a bind here. And they set this up on this side on purpose. And because they got two guys starting to go on Dawkins. And like I said, you're taught inside to out. Quinnen Williams, the best defensive player on their team, draws the attention in. McGovern passes him off to Dawkins, but then he's too late to come around the inside of his chest for Jermaine Johnson while Josh is trying to run and make a play. And again, he didn't look at anybody in his reads. So it was a sack. No, I mean, we'll look at it from this angle for the play. So you should be looking at all your reads right now. And he's not moving his head at all. From what I see from here, he's predetermined that he's going to look for someone over here. Diggs is sitting here as a hot route. Look, you should have made the play to Diggs before you started to run up in the pocket. They knew that he was going to do that, though. They know how Josh plays, so that's why they did this on this side. They knew Josh would. These guys are good. These guys are covered. I mean, he got beat, but Morris wasn't able to help because everyone was so far away from him. It was a great stunt here. If Josh looks right here or right there, make the play. It's one of these two guys. Make the play. Look, this is a basic defense on the secondary right now, and they ran a stunt here because they knew that Josh was going to do that. So I'm not going to blame the offensive line here. This is irrelevant overall, but where does Terrell Bernard had then one out of place on some big runs, which is fine week one. Matt Chatter, we actually we dispelled that. I'll go back if I have time after we're done with the whole film, but we dispelled that that narrative that people were trying to formulate as well, that Bernard was out of place. Those are by design. Those are plays by design that we drew up, and it was actually other people. So we'll get into that. The Jets are good at baiting Josh with safeties, which means the nice screen setup or anything over the middle should be open. Exactly. And he chooses to go deep and doesn't look at the safety. That's the issue. He doesn't look for the safety. So yeah, great defensive play here, but I'm not blaming the O-line here. I'm blaming Josh for not looking through progressions. I don't even think he wanted to make a pass here. You know what? Let's think about it. Look at this. You're Josh Allen right now who loves to run. Look at all that. He's thinking in his head right now, I'm running up the middle no matter what. And that's why they did it. That makes 100% perfect sense. We're going to give him that open field, but we got this coming around here on the stunt on the left side, and he's going to get caught up. He's going to see all this open field right here, and just start salivating. He doesn't even look. He doesn't look any. Watch it from the back. Yep. Boom. Run up the middle. They knew he was going to do that. Hey, Allen, is your reason for your downfall because when he's on he's good, but why when he's off he's bad? Yeah, he's the best of the best, and then he's the worst of the worst at his lows. But I mean, when we talk about Allen, like, he's not above criticism for me. Everybody deserves to be talked about where their shortcomings are. He's still a top 3 quarterback, but those 84 turnovers in his career in his first 5 years, matched with his record-breaking Dan Marino touchdown record for his first 5 years, it weighs it down. And so much cope on radio. It's just Josh went nuts. Yep, Miss Finn, he Montana or Peterman. But let's keep going. That was a great play by Robert Saleh. I just want to talk about it one more time. And just think about it as Bills fans especially. If you're Josh Allen, what do you think he's thinking? You got all this open. 3 blockers here. He's thinking, oh wow, they're pushed out this wide. The corner's right here, and the middle linebacker shading to the by the tackle. Oh man, I'm gonna get 15, 20 yards here. And the Jets, Robert Saleh's thinking, okay, that's exactly what we want you to do because we got Jermaine Johnson coming across right here when Quinnen Williams stuffs up over here. He looked off around Kincaid to try to fool like he wasn't going to run, and instead he should have been looking at Diggs. I'm not blaming the O-line there. That was all Josh. Then he goes back to the dump-offs, which was working. And again, we haven't seen Tua with Hill and Waddle against the Jets, so I don't know how they'll play it. But this is the kind of defense that you have to nickel and dime and earn every single yard because they're hoping that you make a mistake or that you do a stupid decision. And they'll give that up. Dude, he's giving it up for free at this point. He's worse than Jameson. Josh Allen equals new. Hey, if he has 30 picks, man, don't even say that. I don't want that into existence, Miss Fans. Come on. I'm sad right now. He's supposed to be making me smile a little bit. But good play here. Murray, Latavius Murray, 33 years old. Running hard, baby. Running hard. Great play there. Great play. Great play. So now we're 50 minutes in, and the O-line is still won the day, in my opinion. The blitz came. Josh sensed the blitz. Great play. Yep, Mosley, there you go. Cry like a little baby. Let's keep it going. And then Murray gets a decent run there. I know you guys should have won the game, period. Exactly. That's all. Even giving away 4 turnovers, we had the ball in overtime with a chance to win. And that's I'm not blaming it's all on Josh. He's got to take it all. Great blocking. Big holes all day. So when people try to say, Jet fan or Bills fan, that the Bills offensive line wasn't good, it aggravates me. Because now we're 50 minutes in, and I've seen a few plays where the Jets D-line won when they should win a good amount, because we were one of the worst offensive lines last year, and they were a top 5 D-line with an all-pro on it. And guess what? We had 0 all-pros, and now we got a rookie and a new piece at left guard, and they looked like they were mid-season form. I'm very happy for what they did against a great front. So instead of trying to cover Josh Allen's shortcomings, let's stop blaming the offensive line and the play calling. Sure, they had some losses, but you can't win every single rep. But they won way more reps than they lost. They really did. I watched the game. My phone lit up with the O-line. I love your film breakdown. Keep up the awesome work. Thanks, Miss fans. Thanks, man. Everyone for watching. I really appreciate it. I love doing this. Like, if I would do this every single day, breaking down film if I could, because it tells a story. And when you watch a game, it's really hard to see because they don't show the routes. You can't focus on players, everybody that you're watching. And then when you watch the film again, it really paints the narratives and the stories to be true or false. And it's really important to do so. Here we go. So another poor read by Josh. I'm not blaming Gabe Davis for this. That's probably better at this angle. So even the broadcasters mentioned it, but I'm just going to throw it out there. Here's Whitehead, and here's Sauce, I believe. Here's Gabe Davis. Whitehead is looking to see what Gabe Davis does. Gabe Davis runs a rounded route, no crispness and no fake, no shimmy, no nothing to kind of, I'm going to go inside on you, or am I going to go outside? Which one am I doing? And then he just reads it, and that's it. Like, what the hell is that? You have a good ankle, don't you? You said, mentally the ankle got me messed up because, I felt like I couldn't do what I can do. Now you're fully healthy, everyone tells me. And what do you do? What's this? That's not how you run a route. That's not how you run a freaking route. Like, that's on Josh still, because he even mentioned that was his first read and he should have went off of it, and he didn't. So let's see what else is open here, if there is anything. Yep. Your best player, 5 yards after the line of scrimmage, wide open. And then that's what you did. So again, bad for Gabe Davis for a horrible route and not trying to fool the safety when you know that Josh hasn't been looking at the safety. So that's a bad play by you. All the way. He knew he wasn't going to do nothing. So all the way he's jumping the route. Horrible. You make sure you come on my show again next Wednesday at 8 a.m. Yeah, absolutely. We got to pre-record one just to get me on there, because I just got a new client from a liquor store and they open at 8 and they want me there before opening so I can do the main lobby floor and then do the rest of it. But and then look, plenty of time, and watch Diggs come across his face. So I do want to get on there with you, Miss Fins. I promise. Plenty of time. Wow. It's eye-opening. It's really eye-opening. You even could have run forward. You even could have ran forward if you wanted to. Like, why are you even throwing this? So, tell me if this was the O-line's fault for me in the chat. Was that the play calling's fault? Was that the O-line's fault? Please tell me. Just one more time, and then let me know whose fault this is. Was that O-line, or was that play calling, or was it Josh Allen's poor decision? Mm, looks like poor decision to me. He had 3 sacks. Yep, absolutely. That's all you need. 2 to 3 seconds. You have enough time to make a play. Now we're back to the defense. So we're 50 minutes in, and I just want for the people that were watching from the beginning, if you're not, I encourage everyone to go back. When we're done with this film, we got 17 minutes of film left, so it might take about a half hour. And let's actually I got to pick up. I got to be at my son's school by like 1:50, so let's try to get this going. But I encourage you to go back and watch. And I'll give Bernard here as much as people were hating on him in his first start. He had a decent game, pretty good game, and he didn't deserve the hate. But right here, he's got to make that play. He's over here thinking he's going to come up here, but as you see the gap's closing, you got to get around quick. It's a split second, but it makes a difference. But again, his first start, and he did pretty good. And if you go back and watch those out of placement that people were saying were design plays. Great run stuff there. People are taking more bad from the Bills than good than the Jets did, which I find unfair because the Jets D went off. Yeah, that's the thing, Luke. Though they went off of things that Josh purposely gave them from like start to finish. When Josh was taking the quick passes underneath routes, the Bills' offense was dominating. They're moving down the field at ease. Takes a long time, but Jets defense didn't do anything that warranted the Bills' O-line to get hate for how they performed. Anything but Josh Allen making poor decisions. They didn't disguise anything in the secondary, and it was just Josh making poor reads because we saw, at least I don't know how long you've been watching, but on that turnover, he had options, and he chose a horrible decision. The Jets didn't do anything. The guy knew he was going to throw it there. It wasn't anything confusing. But again, that's why I'm giving this offensive line so much credit, is because they did a wonderful job giving Josh time against a great defensive line. Pressure to Zach Wilson all day. I don't know how that was open. Josh made terrible plays all night. That's a fact, but the Jets also capitalized on a lot. Yeah, they got 13 of their 16 offensive points off of turnovers, unfortunately. Good pressure. He got lost in the zone. Horrible. Oh my, what the hell, man? I mean, this team's horrible at tackling. I believe this might be their touchdown drive. All right, we got Poona Ford, Jordan Phillips, Shaq Lawson, AJ Epinesa, Teron Johnson. Could have made a tackle. Could have made a play at the line of scrimmage. Goes to bounce back lots of games. Yeah, they gotta clean stuff up. A lot to clean up. But it's a long season. But when you're a franchise quarterback who can be one of the greatest in the league, loses you the game by making poor decisions when your defense did everything they could and then your offensive line did all they could, it frustrates me. Decent gain. Nice. Good play by the D-line. That was a look what I found pass and catch. All right. That was going to piss me off if he scored. Try being a Dallas fan, man. The story of the last 4 seasons in the playoffs. Yep. I hear you. We're there. We're right there with you. Let's see this from this angle one more time. 1-on-1. It's tough to see. Let's do it again. Looks like he got a little push after the. It's hard to tell. Good concentration, but it's also a good play by Trey White. Just luck. Really lucky. Defense lost you guys a lot of games. Yeah, last year. I can't. We also were missing. We had Von Poyer Hyde out for most of the year. A lot of people got injured later on, so that kind of sucked. I personally think I can't deal with our star quarterback playing so bad. Yeah, man, I'm with you. Doesn't make sense to me. Josh will ball out for 300 plus yards, 4 touchdowns. The guys will somehow lose, and defense will hold under. Dak will throw 2 picks, 150 yards. Yeah, I mean it's always something funny. This is when Josh fumbled. And remember last year when Von got the strip sack and at the 20 around here, and then we got the ball back. Then Josh got tackled, got sacked the first play, and then the second play was a miscue with Dawson Knox, who ran an out route, and then Josh thought he was going in, and then Sauce was right there waiting. So let's see what happens. Good snap. He gets all happy feet, bobbles it, go down. Just go down. You try to run up the middle, and you run into Dawkins and three freaking players, and then you fumble the ball. If you drive down the field and punt, don't even turn the ball, don't even score, then you win the game. What a joke. What a freaking joke. I don't know if I'll be able to watch the overtime, play the overtime, but we'll see. Yeah, it was a near butt fumble. But I appreciate everybody tuning in. I love the engagement, so let's keep it up. Ugh. Those couple extra yards, man. These plays matter. Maybe nitpicking, but these matter. Oh, come on, Floyd. He's not known for a run defender, but come on. Even their offense is basic. They got they got heavy on one side. They're running that way. I think that's how it always is. Simple. That was a great play. Now let's see what happens on this side of the ball. And Oliver taking a double team, but he doesn't do anything. He stinks. Shaq Lawson, great shut in the block and making the initial hit. Bernard coming in. Love it. Great. Honestly, I would have put Settle. Puna Ford on this play. Not that Oliver's not good, but he's a bigger body. Settle kind of got pushed back a little bit. But again, oh well. Heavy on that one strong side, and then they're going to run that way. There's a lot of tells. A lot of tells. Good job at Oliver. Another play at Oliver made. Oh, he doesn't do anything. Oh, man, he doesn't do anything. For the people that say that. Definitely, like I said, go back and watch. He made plays, and he did what he was supposed to do, and I talk about it. There he is again. It's interesting. He's in on a lot. Double team. Okay, double team. And doesn't stop. And he helps clean up. Settle stinks. Yeah, I'm not high on Settle, if I'm fair. Mm-mm. All right. This is, I believe, the field goal drive to go into overtime. Just freaking slide, dude. They had to run another stunt. Nice play with pressure coming. That was one of Gabe Davis's catches. So let's see what happened here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They got 6 people coming with nobody in the backfield. So someone's gonna lose. Ugh. I just hate, like, you can't blame a line for this play. So Spencer Brown kind of does the right thing, going inside it out. But when he saw this guy go behind, yeah, still someone's gonna lose, like I said. So I mean, he did what he could. They all did what they could, and then Josh got the ball out quick anyway. So I mean, 6-on-5, you're not gonna win. I'm sorry, you're just not gonna win a 6-on-5 matchup with an All-Pro at defensive tackle that needs a double team. Another good play. I think Mitch Morse gets hit pretty good here, but still good protection. Good enough protection. Let's not say the offensive line got manhandled. He's probably not watching, but one of the guys on our Summit channel made the statement that there was offensive lineman in Josh's lap the whole night, and I just did not see that, and I thought he'd be here to watch, and didn't see him. So I hated this call because all last year Sauce Gardner was physical, holding defensive pass interferences that weren't called, and as soon as the wide receiver gets a little bit physical with him, oh, where's the call? Come on, where's the push? But they don't call it on him. So that was interesting. Plenty of time. Great play. We're moving, baby. Nothing but time. Like 1 hour and 1 minute in. Nothing but time all game. Minus a few plays. But overall, nothing but time. Hi, kitty. Get out of here, Minnie. Get the ball to your best player. Simple as that. Well, overall, your O-line looks fine to me. Allen didn't execute like he was supposed to. Exactly. Thank you, Miss Fins. I appreciate that. And again, if you got time today, I encourage you to go back and watch the beginning too, because there's even more that you'll see. And from what I saw, against an extremely good defensive line, a top 5 defensive line, wherever you want to put them. I put Dallas at number 1, but I put the Jets at 3 for defensive line, and I was extremely impressed with the first game how the offensive line did. So I hate that people were using it as an excuse. Why Josh did bad. Josh did bad because he made stupid decisions. If he didn't make those bad decisions and we just punted, then we win 13-3. Like, simple as that. And then these are just the dumb plays that we just trying to take off time for the field goal, so I'll just skip them. Well, let's just watch the protection anyway. Let's just go through the protection, just because I know these plays meant nothing because they were just trying to take time off the clock and throw the ball out of bounds, but nothing but time. Brown got beat there, so that wasn't a good rep for the offensive line. Mainly Brown, but he got beat there, and then we kicked the field goal. That sank my heart at first. I was like, that's fucking missed. But you know what? Parsons gonna be defensive player of the year. I agree. Yeah, I got time to get in overtime. So let's do it. Let's get into the overtime. Shit, yeah, we got time. Let's do it. It's only 2 minutes. False start, of course, from Spencer Brown. That puts you back at 1st and 15 when you're in overtime trying to freaking score. So now, what do we do? Fucking joke. You got time, and you had other people open. I don't think you want to rewatch OT. I know, but I got to do it for the people, Miss fans. I got to do it for the people. So everybody's going this way. The offensive line's pushing them all that way like you're supposed to. Watch Khalil Shakir and watch James Cook. Josh rushed the pass and threw a shitty fucking pass. So now, 2nd and 15, we do the draw play. Let's see if it shows pre-snap. A lot of people didn't like this call. I don't like it either. I think you might as well just pass, but I could have sworn that he audibled this into a run play. It didn't show it here, but I don't know. Again, I don't know how long maybe it took a little bit. I can't remember the play exactly, but I thought he might have audibled it, but maybe he didn't. But regardless, let's watch it. I keep pausing it at the wrong time. Good defensive play by the All-Pro. And then let's see the Diggs play where it was incomplete. What are you doing? Like, why'd you leave the pocket so soon? Just watch. Why are you leaving the pocket right now? Nobody had a chance to even get out of their route yet. Everybody's covered. Great defense. I mean, maybe Diggs could have caught that, but still good defense. Let's see if anything was. No, somebody fell and then he was locked up. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's the only option there. But what are you gonna do? So the punt that they won the game off of. People said that direction-wise, I don't remember which one it was, but they said it was a punt left and everybody went right, or it was a punt right and everybody went left. Apparently, it was a low snap, and then he rushed it and then kicked it on a line. So let's see if that was how they explained it was correct. Low snap. Yep. Everybody goes that way. Yeah, and then you lose the game. So that's that for the film breakdown, everybody. I freaking love doing that. And like I said, I really encourage you to go back and watch this film breakdown in its entirety, because there's a lot of things that for most of you that came in later on, you didn't get to see. As I mentioned earlier in the video, the Jets were credited with 5 sacks. One of them was a designed run. So that, for me, is 4. I think they'll change that. And another one of those 5 Josh backed up. He did his drop back and then he slipped and then fell over and then they got touched. So I don't blame the offensive line for two of those. So with one of the best defensive lines, you got a brand new offensive line. You gave up 3 legit sacks, and you gave him plenty of time, basically the whole entire game, to make plays. And Josh made horrible decisions, which lost us the game. And you'll see that it wasn't the play calling, because all the plays he made bad decisions on, he had opportunities for a different option, and he didn't look. The play calling wasn't the problem. The offensive line wasn't the problem. Ed Oliver played good game, great game even. Watch when I just go into it what he did a fantastic job. Bernard, for his first start in his career, good for you, kid. Good for you. He played good, and I know some other channels might say he was bad, and sometimes the bigger ones, they might watch him. So don't listen. I know you're not watching mine, but but don't listen to that. You didn't do bad at all. You weren't out of place. A couple times you got blocked, but that's going to happen. For the most part, you did a fantastic job for your first start. And, I really appreciate you guys. Today's Wednesday, so we got my weekly picks with Brett from Go Bills Podcast on my channel. And I think I was 10-6 and he was 8-8 last week. And we're looking forward to seeing how it goes this week. One of my upsets worked. I know you're only supposed to pick one, but I picked 2. So tune into that. That's always a fun time at 8:30 tonight, weekly picks. And again, let me know in the comments what you thought of the film breakdown. Watch the whole thing. I know it's a lot, but watch the whole thing. It's really telling. And we'll talk again soon. Go Bills, and subscribe and like the video if you haven't. Thank you.